What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to be breaking down my 1000x meme coin portfolio. No, this is not going to be all of the tokens, and this is not something you allocate your full entire portfolio to. If you guys did not check out my previous video before you even watch this video, make sure you guys check out the other one. This kind of displays the whole entire meme coin strategy, but if you just want to see a bunch of different tokens and you guys understand how this meme coin strategy works, well, then you can just say, forget it. But I did write down a couple of things because I do need to explain this, and I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. First things first is these meme coins are degen, and these guys, they'll eventually go to zero. So if you're bag holding and buying these things, it's just a matter of time till they go to zero. This is something that is a quick in, quick out, or at least for a cycle play. I don't expect any of these meme coins to outperform Bitcoin and ETH in the long term, but in the short to mid term, yes, I do expect some of them to do numbers. Or else, why am I buying them when I might as well just buy Bitcoin and ETH? Also, the reason why I'm sharing these different meme coins in this topic is because Bitcoin is basically at all-time highs and ETH is getting close to there. And when you have something like that, the markets look at it and are like, wait, how much higher can it go? So they start to look for other avenues. This is just how the market cycles work. A quick tidbit on how market cycles work. It starts with Bitcoin, goes to ETH, major alts, minor alts, and then meme coins. That's just how the flows work. And then after meme coins, it typically goes back into Bitcoin or some stable coins. Now, next, any of these meme coins I mentioned in this video, I am not saying to buy any of them. In fact, all of them are going to zero eventually at some point in time. Keep that in mind, especially when you're buying some of these. These are just some different ones that I'm playing, and I'm just going to give my thought process and thesis. Some of these are already up a lot, so when you're looking at these, just understand, okay, well, that's how Drake's thinking, that's what he's looking for. There's literally millions of other meme coins out there. Go grab some of those. Those are the ones that are at least down, and go build your own thesis around them. Now, fourth, the meme coins that I picked are on chains in particular that are well positioned for growth, because you're going to make a lot of mistakes in meme coins. And if you're going on a dead chain, that just makes it even worse. Whereas in a chain that's getting a bunch of TVL and liquidity coming in, it's really hard to mess up because you just have so much cash being injected into the system. However, on a dead chain, you can't make as many mistakes. You know what they say. If you don't know who the fool is at the poker table, you're the fool. The next thing to understand is this is not where I'm fully allocating my portfolio. This is literally a small percentage, like a tiny fraction. So if you don't understand that philosophy and thesis behind it, check out the previous video so you can understand that. And lastly, at the end of the video, we will be doing a Discord giveaway for one of the Wisdom One-Liner NFT holders. So if that's one of you, drop a comment below and we'll be giving one of those away. So without further ado, let's get our meme coin trading hat on and let's get into this. All right, so first things first, this is the very first token. This is called Boop. Now, Boop, I would not recommend buying this right now. However, I'm going to give you my thought philosophy behind it. We're already up multiples on this, so I would not recommend grabbing this, but I just want to show you guys the thought philosophy. If you go look on Boop and go on their, man, it's so hard to see on these. All right, so if you go ahead and take a look on Boop, you guys can see here on Boop the coin, the main thesis behind this meme coin is first, it's on Arbitrum. So Arbitrum, it's currently a 3 mil cap. When I was looking at this, it was like 200K. So it was just like a easy, hey, why not? But going to Boop, you can see here, this is an iconic meme. I mean, it's a dog, nose, cute. People look at it. Literally, as soon as I saw it, I just laughed and I smiled. This is great. And you also have a really good ticker, like boop, like literally boop, boop, like you just boop people online. Like you literally can make a comment and just be like, boop. Guys, it's memes. You really have to dumb it down. But just taking a look at this, this is one of those things you look at it and you're like, okay, I could definitely see someone picking this up. And being that it's on Arbitrum, think of it like this. Arbitrum currently has several $1 billion in TVL. When I was looking at it, it was a couple 100K. Thought philosophy is Robinhood is integrating Arbitrum. So if retail is like, okay, well, I want to play this meme coin It's a quick and easy off-ramp directly from Robinhood onto Arbitrum. So that is the thought philosophy behind Arbitrum. And you also have liquidity incentives, so there tends to be cash sloshing around over there. But that was the thought philosophy behind Boop. At a couple $1 million in market cap, it's a little more risky, but what you also have going for it is that this chart had a lot of time for a lot of the Jeters to finally just dump and sell out. This is something that you want to see. You want to see a consolidation phase. Something that is a brand new coin is even more risky. Now, let me go ahead and give you guys another Arbitrum token. This is AIDOGE. This is the very first meme coin on Arbitrum. Now, I want to give you guys the thought philosophy behind this. First, you have the liquidity locked. Second, again, it's the very first Arbitrum token, and this is already whitelisted in the Robinhood app. A meme coin already whitelisted in the Robinhood app, in my opinion, is extremely bullish, because if someone sees that and they're like, oh man, what is this? AIDOGE. Oh wait, Doge, meme coin. Okay, I buy. That is the thought philosophy behind this one. And if you look at the chart, you can see here this absolutely nuked after it first launched, because this is the very first meme coin on Arbitrum. You can see here it launched back in 2021. And you can see it had a really long time to consolidate and trade in these ranges. But now with the bull market around, people are like, okay, I need to buy a meme coin and I need to find something. And you also have the liquidity locked, which is a good thing. What I take from this, when I looked on Twitter, the Twitter it was basically dead. They finally just made a tweet about this. Again, I'm not saying buy this token. This is my thought philosophy behind it, and I've gotten in at much lower prices. But just giving you the thought philosophy. I'm also going to show you guys the losers so you can see what's up. Here's the first ever Arbitrum meme coin, and if you scroll down, it looks like the dude's Twitter is finally back. For the longest time, he was basically dead. And then he just randomly makes a tweet. This was on March 8th, literally 2 days ago. Like, I'm back. And you can see here it got almost 9,000 views. And you can see here, back in the previous, being they were the first one, they had 89,000 views. So one of those things to keep in mind. I don't see this something as like, oh, snap, this is the next whiff. But I see it as a quick short-term trade, as something to off-ramp from Robinhood into Arbitrum and being like, okay, well, this is the very first token. Like, it's got to be worth something. It's the same thing with Ordi on Bitcoin. There's a couple of other Arbitrum meme coins I could talk about, but I kind of want to cover over a couple of other chains to kind of give a different thought philosophy. The next one is Phantom Sonic Inu, or F-Sonic. This is on Phantom Chain. This is currently a $1.4 million FTV, but the thesis behind this is literally it's Phantom Sonic Inu. If you are unfamiliar with what's going on with Phantom, that's one of the big things you guys need to understand with memes, is you have to understand crypto culture and understand the culture in the markets. Phantom is it's going through an upgrade, and it's called the Sonic upgrade. It's supposed to be a super fast chain. It's an upgrade, and there's rumors that it's going to be its own ETH L2, but that is the whole meme with Phantom Sonic. This is not a newer meme. This has actually been around a bit. It's been like 6 months or so. So if I pull it up on Dex Screener, you guys can see here that this meme coin has been around. It's been around since October. So yeah, it's about 6 months, more like 5. But the whole thesis on it is literally that's it. It's going with the thought process of Phantom Sonic, or the Sonic upgrade with Phantom. It's a meme coin on Phantom, and you already have some people picking this up. Ansem actually made a tweet. He was like, it will basically be a layup for the next person to be like, okay, whoever creates a Sonic meme coin, oh, here it is. Whenever y'all decide to make the Phantom Sonic meme coin for the V2 mainnet upgrade, somebody ping me, because that's a super layup. This tweet got 157,000 views. If you don't know who Ansem is, he's got 229,000 followers. This guy is basically a meme coin trader. You can view him on Twitter. He makes all kinds of calls for different meme coins. He was kind of the state of fame for Solana. He was calling Solana at like $8 or $9. And Ansem is basically the face of Solana. And Phantom Sonic Inu at a $1.7 million market cap in my opinion, is actually, no, I'm sorry, a $1 million market cap. In my opinion, the risk to reward on that is like worth some coffee money at least. If this ends up being like a Cock Inu on Avalanche, which is like a $400 million market cap, that's a 400x from here. How many of those do you need? You don't need that many. I mean, you can even throw something like $10 and $10 would turn into 4,000, or $100 would turn into 40,000. Just kind of putting that into perspective, a little bit of money goes a long way. I don't look at these things like, okay, this is a really good meme coin. It's a $1 million market cap. I know it's going to go to like infinity, so I'm going to invest my life savings at it. No, it's literally like a cup of coffee you throw at something like this. Everything's into perspective too. So if $10 is like peanuts to you, then that would be like quote unquote coffee money. However, if $10 is a bunch of money for you, then that's something that's like, okay, you need to chill on that. Whereas if something like $1,000 is coffee money for you, which I don't know who spends $1,000 on coffee, then it's like, okay, by all means, but just do not invest more than you're willing to lose and put it at the level of coffee money, because you're going to be spreading your bets across all of these, and you're expecting the winners to pay for the losers and then some. Think about it on this term. How many 1,000x's do you need to pay for 200 different meme coins you allocate to? You don't even need one. You just need half of one. Because if you allocate to 200 other meme coins, if you get a 500x on one of them, you pay for those 200 losers or other 199 plays that you had, and then you have a free 300x. That's how you think of these meme coins. It's not you find a great meme and invest your entire portfolio at it. That is not what you should do. Now let me go ahead and give you an example of another one. This is called Blue Kirby. Now Kirby is basically a meme coin on Phantom. This is around a 5.7 mil cap. This one is a little bit higher, but you can potentially think of Kirby like your mascot of the Phantom chain. So if you take a look at Kirby, or if you take a look at Cock is basically the mascot on Avalanche. I'm going to use this as a comparison for most of the meme coins, but you can see here the FDV is $367 million, whereas the mascot for Phantom is around 5.7 mil. Now there could potentially be some other meme coins on Phantom that end up being the mascot, but this is how I'm putting into perspective. Like, okay, this, if it ends up being the mascot and matching Cock Inu, then it's going to be like a 70x from here. So investing $100 at something like this turns into $7,000. That's kind of how you have to put it into perspective with things like this. Kirby is basically like one of the mascots over at Yearn Finance. It was mentioned a couple of times, like in the white paper and whatnot. But you can see here they're already kind of claiming to be the mascot of Phantom. And they have every right to be. They're actually one of the higher market cap tokens for the meme coins on Phantom. They have some others, but I'm just kind of putting this on your radar to have a thought philosophy behind it. The memes on Kirby, they're whatever. They aren't that great. That's not what I was looking at. But the main thesis behind Kirby is that, okay, look, this could be the Phantom mascot, and the cult community on Phantom considers this a mascot, and then they buy something like this. Almost like Cock Inu. Cock has a mix of being a really good meme as well as a really strong community. But I do want to take a caveat onto this and using this as an example. This is the one on Avalanche. They actually have one on Solana. In my opinion, this is a pretty good play, and I will explain to you now. It's called Black Cock. Now, this one is a chicken that is, or a rooster that is the black version. So Avalanche has the red version, the chicken, or maybe the rooster, whatever you want to call it, but there actually is one on Solana. And if you go onto their Twitter page, you can see here that these guys are actually really good at memes. If you scroll through and see the different memes that they have, you can tell they're actually pretty good at putting something like this together. I mean, the memes are actually really funny. They just show like a chicken in different memes, I guess you can say. Like you can see here, this is Cock Inu, which is the white one, the normal rooster. And then you have the black one. Like the memes are really good. Just scroll through and you'll get a perspective and an understanding on it. Like some of these memes will actually make you laugh. Like you just scroll through and you're like, okay, this is This is really funny. And when you have a meme like that and you have a community that garners around something like that, that creates a cult-like following. And when you have a cult-like following, you have other people starting to take notice. So here's an example. This is Luigi. This is the guy behind Avalanche, or one of the devs over at Avalanche. And he's retweeting Black Cock because his actual meme coin, if you don't know who Luigi is, he's connected with Avalanche. His meme coin sees this, okay, like this is competition. Like we need to take him out. He's even pinging Anthem. So the thesis on this is like, it's a 26 mil cap. Actually, it's a little bit less. It's like 20 mil now. It's 17 mil. So the thesis on this is like, okay, well, if Cock Inu continues to be successful, and that's for Avalanche, and Avalanche is like a 10 billion, $15 billion market cap. Put that into comparison on Solana, being that it's around a $40 billion market cap. And you have I wouldn't say this is the mascot, but just using it as a catch-up trade compared to Cock Inu. 17 mil cap, 350 mil cap on Cock. That's how you compare it with a valuation for Peacock. Now, let me go ahead and give you guys another example. This one is Msky. Now, Msky is over on Phantom as well, but this one was mentioned in the white paper. This was in the Sonic white paper. But if you go on to Twitter and take the memes are not that great on it, but they have a really cute dog, I guess you can say. Like, you look at the meme and you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. It makes you smile, makes you smirk. But yeah, it gives you like the smile. That is something you look for. And it actually is in the white paper, and it has its own little trading bot. So being that this thing is like, what, $902,000 market cap, it's a little bit higher now, so the risk is much higher on it. With those different theses in mind, it's like, okay, once the Sonic upgrade happens on Phantom, you'll have liquidity coming in, and they will be looking for different meme coins. That is the thesis behind something like this. Or I'll give you another example. This is Brett. Now, Brett has been taking the base community by storm. Now, like base, you guys can already understand the thesis behind this. Base, Coinbase, retail coming in, easy off-ramp, push on the base chain. I mean, okay, it's a 350 mil cap now, so it's way higher. But this is kind of like your Pepe for base chain. And if you want to compare Pepe or for Ethereum, then you kind of get a better understanding for it. Pepe this is also one that I really like, but it's much higher for the risk to reward perspective. I mean, this is stinking out a $3.6 billion market cap. We were just talking about some sub 1 million. This is 3.6 billion. This is like what you need to understand with some of these meme coins. If you get in them early enough, a little bit goes a long way. So you don't have to be investing like $1 million at these things. You can throw like 10, 20, 30, $40 at them. And especially if they're on a low gas fee chain. That's why we're talking about like Phantom, Base, Arbitrum, Optimism, Solana. These are really low gas fee chains. So the gas fees are not like these taxes that you have, which on ETH, Pepe is on ETH, so you get some serious taxes. But looking at Pepe, for example, if it's at a 3.6 billion for ETH has like 60 million TVL. Base currently has almost $1 billion in TVL. So just looking at from that perspective, this, in my opinion, at this level, comparing it to Pepe, would be somewhat fairly priced. However, you do have that retail effect or that retail factor. I think this is overpriced to be taking a spec trade on it now. Do I think it's going to go higher? Yeah, or else I wouldn't be holding it. Do I think it's going to get a massive dip and eventually go to zero? Oh yeah, this is definitely. So this is one of those things with the memes that when you're buying them, you get your principal out as soon as possible. Let the moonbag ride and do whatever it does. If it ends up doing 1,000x, 100x, it can pay for a lot of the losers. Let me give you some examples. I wouldn't call them losers because, I mean, they may or may not do something. But let's do Hammy. Okay, this one is so dumb. Like the thesis on this, Hammy is like a little hamster. This is like a sub 1 mil market cap. This thing really hasn't done much. I wouldn't call it a loser, but it's just kind of cooking. But if you take a look at this, like, it's just funny. Like, you look at it and you're like, okay, this is a really funny meme. It's just dumb. So you could see like, okay, there could be memes that could develop around it. And then you have a quote unquote doxed dev. So this is basically the dev behind Hammy, and he runs his own YouTube channel, and he's going to be talking about it from time to time. I just think it's funny. I mean, like, at a sub 1 mil cap, you got a doxed YouTuber talking about it. This was like a viral internet meme back in the day. Like, you look at it and you just laugh. It's funny. It's a hamster. Like, let me show you the GIF. It's even funnier. The memes around this, like, bro, the ceiling fan in the background is. What would be even worse is if a potato was attached to this. Guys, you really have to put like the dumb cap on these type of things. That's Hammy. So that's like the thought process behind that. And I hope you guys are starting to kind of understand with some of these. I do want to explain some of these pitfalls with some of these. So here's an example of Turdio. This one may or may not do something, but this is a derivative. So looking at the liquidity to market cap ratio, that is really rough. Typically you want something higher, but this is a derivative of the actual meme coin. So the very first meme coin on this was Bowden. Again, you have to study culture on these things to understand it, but Joe Bowden, or Geo Bowden, whatever you want to call it, it's basically just a meme on Joe Biden. Like, really, Bowden, only Bowden be happy. It's a meme, guys. You don't really put any thought process into it. It's supposed to be dumb. But this was the first mover, and you can see here it's at a 34 mil market cap. So any of the other derivatives that launch, it basically has this ceiling above them, and it typically trades much less than the winner does. So like if you have any other Pepe derivatives or any of the other WIF derivatives, they all undertrade the actual winner. That is one of those things you need to understand with the meme game. If you're picking these different memes, find ones that are original, that have a strong community, and that have really good memes behind them, because they're just funny, and that's how they go viral, and that's how you're betting on these things. Like, here's another derivative of Bowden. Like, this one is kind of going viral because it's like really dumb, but it's not going to be more than Bowden, in my opinion, at least. It's a 12 mil cap, and it may have already done its run. It may go higher, may go lower, but it's all going to depend on Bowden. So if Bowden bleeds out and dies, then I expect something like this to die. That's just how these narratives work with these memes. Remember, just like in crypto, where you have DeFi narratives, AI narratives, GameFi, GambleFi, the same exact thing happens in meme coins. You have animal memes, you have product memes, and speaking, I'll show you one of those. You have like this, politics memes. You have all kinds of different memes, and these are all narratives on their own. So here's another one that is a really good meme. And the reason why I consider it a good meme is because people are reminded of this every single time. The token is called Zen, and I'm sure you can already understand what this is, but you can see here this is a 93 mil market cap. And the reason why it kind of went viral and did what it did is, first things first, is it had this bleed out time, which I love seeing this bleed out time. This allows all the insiders and the people who basically got in because their buddy told them to get in, this allows them to sell, like get out. Like if you scroll back, all these guys bought, sold, the top, whatever, they usually got in super early, and they had a consolidation phase for everyone to get out and take its next massive leg up. That is something that you want to see. Also, you want to see this liquidity lock. This is a healthy liquidity ratio for a meme coin. 2.4 mil and 93 mil. I've seen some memes where they have like a 50 mil cap and stinking 200K in liquidity. That is rough. That means like you try to get out, especially if you have a big bag, your slippage is horrible. But if you go on to the Twitter, I mean, first, Zen is like a drug. People are addicted to it. So they look at it like Zen. Oh, wait, Zen coin. Oh, Zen. And that's how memes work. It's subliminary messages that you don't really even understand. Like you look at a meme and you're like, oh, that's funny. I get it. And without actually saying it with words. But the whole thing with Zen is like people say, okay, well, this is the gig on Zen. And you can see a couple of times like someone looks at this and they're like, oh, okay, I get it. They like their Zen. Or you see something like this, like okay, well, my Zen is as important as my morning coffee. Just dumb stuff like that. It's a drug, so people are addicted to it. But that's just kind of the perspective to understand on these different memes. That is something that you want to look for. You want to look for that has some. You want to look for something that has the tendency to be able to go viral and has the ability for a cult-like community to develop around it, and for something that people are able to look at and be like, without words, oh, I get it, or give a smile, a laugh, a smirk, different things like that. Now, here's another example. This one is Nick. So buying a meme coin like this is the bet on Nick continuing to just like do dumb stuff on Twitter. Like if you, I know if you're on crypto Twitter, there's like a 100% chance you've seen this going around, like some dude who's like, I choose rich. I choose rich every time. The dumbest thing ever. But this guy just walking through and just like, yeah, this is me. I'm rich Nick. It's just goofy, like just dumb stuff like this. Thesis behind this is like, okay, look, good publicity, bad publicity is still publicity. When people are talking about this and the bet is, okay, well, it's like a 3 mil cap, much higher now. But you look at it and you're like, okay, there's a chance that this thing just goes viral because the people hate this dude. Let me just give you another example. Here's another example called Jorals. A community has developed around behind this, but it had a good consolidation time frame, and it even, I would hope for longer, but what happened was the dev rugged, and the community actually picked this up. And if you go on Twitter and see the different types of memes, you can see this has a really strong meme potential. And in my opinion, like stinking, what is this? A $309,000 market cap, and you have something that looks like this. Like you tweet it and people are like, what the snap is this? It's able to be fit in anywhere. It's really the dumbest thing in the world. But like you even have a guy who is like this. If someone shills me a coin that is sub 1 mil market cap, I'm buying it. I don't care what it does. Now shill me something or I shoot. He put this meme and he didn't even realize this was a coin. So you scroll down. Do I shill myself here? This is the George Twitter. Wait, this is a coin? So that's the point. Like that's the thesis behind something like this. It's basically a meme. People look at this and they're like, oh, what the snap? And then you put your little logo in there like Jorals. Like maybe adding the $sign would help it go viral a little more. But people look at this, they're like, okay, this is really dumb. And that's the thesis behind it. I understand there's no thesis like AI, it's going to disrupt this, it's going to do that. But the things you need to look for are, one, is it able to go viral? Two, is it easily able to be placed into different baskets? Like, here's an example of whiff. This was able to go viral because you can literally do like soda with hat or banana with hat, dog with hat, cat with hat. It's literally whiff, like whiff. That is why it was able to go viral. You can place this meme on anywhere. However, if you have something that's just like simple that isn't able to be put on other things, then it's like, okay, well, this really isn't even going anywhere. But you also have different categories that you don't expect to go extremely viral, but you do expect them to at least do some numbers. An example of one of these is Pelf. So most of you guys watching this probably have seen like Wolf of Wall Street. It was a really popular movie. And Wolf of Wall Street, this one did have its like initial pump, killed it, and then it just had like the death of the coin phase, which is a good phase that you want to see. The liquidity is really good here. The liquidity is locked and burned, and it has, the market cap is much higher now. But if you go on to the Twitter and kind of search what this is basically a meme coin on the Jordan dude. Basically the main character in the movie. So anyone who relates and likes this movie, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I get it. I like this meme. I vibe. I want to get the Pelf ticker. You've already seen a lot of these different crypto memes, but you can see here, it's like, okay, this is what it is. And if you go on to the main website, I want to show you guys this. This is something really smart that I've seen, well, at least they did, that others haven't done. They have their own little meme generator. So this allows other people to generate their own memes around this. Remember, the more times someone is able to see this meme or see this icon or see this thing without realizing like what they are seeing, that's the more times it's like subliminal messages. It's like, okay, snap. It's the same concept like with dog with hat. People see someone wearing a hat and they're like, oh, I remember that funny meme coin. Or like Zen. Like people are like, oh, I got to get, oh, wait, I remember that meme coin. Or like something like this, use the pen tool. So they see this dude who, like, you can generate your own memes. And the guy is basically selling a pen. You can upload your own image, and then it allows you to drag and drop like little memes around it. And then you put the token ticker symbol on there, and it's like, okay, this is what it is. Okay, now let's give a little bit of hints on some of these like community meme coins. This is Peng. It's basically just a penguin on Solana. This is the animal meme trade. This one is a newer coin. I would rather see this nuke and consolidate, but you can see here someone is like behind this. This is a pretty good liquidity to market cap ratio for a meme coin. This really isn't good overall. Like you'd want to see something that's like a 10 mil liquidity for 35 mil cap. That would be healthy, but for a meme coin, this is subpar. It's okay, especially when they're burning their liquidity. But going on to this, the volume is actually really good on this coin. And I clicked the wrong button. But if you go on to Peng and you take a look at the website and the Twitter, there's a really strong community that developed around this. You can see based on some of the retweets that some people are like, okay, like I like Peng. So they basically take this on as their portfolio. They're trying to say, okay, this is going to be the Pepe on Solana. So you automatically have not a price ceiling, but you have a price target where the Pepe market cap is like I think it's 4.6. What is it? $3.6 billion. And if you look at Peng, it's like 36 million. So it's got a long ways to go. And then you have some people developing and creating their own memes around this. Like you can see the memes aren't bad. It's kind of funny. Not really. But you can see you have like a community developing around this, like Peng to $1. Okay. You have spaces. They're getting listed on exchanges. This is something that's like a community developed around this coin. Now, at these price targets, I don't think it's a great risk to reward, but I just wanted to share this with you guys so you guys can understand the perspective and the thought process behind it so you guys can look for it. Here's one that I think is really funny that I just think it's just a matter of time for someone to catch on to this. This is Pigeon and yellow boots. Like this thing is hilarious. I think it needs to go through its consolidation phase, but these guys are really good on Twitter. You scroll on Twitter, see the different memes, and you're like, okay, this is actually pretty funny. Like, I mean, it's the dumbest thing in the world. But if you scroll down and take a look at the memes, it's like they're even doing collabs with Stan. We'll get to Stan too. Stan's really good. But like, it's so goofy. Pigeon with yellow boots. But you look at this and you're like, okay, look, they're doing different collabs with other names. Kung Pai Pandas. You got Dog with Hat. There's Stan the Cup in the background. Like, you just have to understand these subliminal messages. These guys are like, it's so dumb. The boots stay on. Okay. Just things like this. Just keep it in mind. Now, understand that there are some bad things for this. Like, if you scroll down and you take a look at the website, like this is one of those things I expect the community to take it on. But you go to the website and it's like, okay, this is a broken domain. With memes, I'm looking for someone to pick this up organically. I just think it's a funny meme. I mean, stinking at a $1.8 million market cap, the liquidity ratio is horrible, but it's just a hilarious meme. Or you even have something like Banana Cat. This was a internet meme that went viral. The ETH version of Banana Cat is actually did some numbers really well. But you can see here, these guys are doing like the collab game. They got SPX, they got Pepe, they got Joe. It's kind of like one of those OG meme coins. It had its growth and crash and burn phases, but this is something that you want to look for in a meme coin, the crash and burn, and then you have a community that develops around it. And the memes, they are actually really good. I want to show you guys one of them so you guys can see what's up. But this was already a viral internet meme back on TikTok, and I think it was like on YouTube or something. But it's just a dumb little banana cat. Like it's just like happy, happy, happy. You can go research and see what it is, but this is all it is. Apparently that went viral. And people love that thing. But it's kind of funny. So like you have something like this. Oh, here it is. So this is the Jeet's point of view. You have this guy trying to change the channel. He just sees banana cat, banana cat, banana cat. This is because he's sold. It keeps mooning. It gets mad, frustrated, gets really mad, and is like, okay, this is bad. Oh boy, all I see is banana cat. So I don't know. That's just something that you got to look for the memes. Obviously, this is on ETH, so it's a little bit more pricey. They do have one on Solana, but I mean, the ETH one is the main one. I'm just trying to give you guys these coins so you guys can understand and see the thought process behind this. Here is another one. It's called Pixel, and sorry if this is running long, but I just want to instill this in your head so you guys can understand it and share what I've learned from this. This is Pixel. Now, Pixel had a huge consolidation phase. Actually, you can't even see this. Pixel has been around for a long time. It's been around since like 2022, 23. And this is the meme coin for Sappy seals. And you could have actually farmed this and got it for free just by staking your seal, your Sappy seal. And there's a community that's developed around this. First, you have the Sappy seals. And second, you have people who are like, okay, Pixel, if I can't buy a Sappy seal, I'm going to buy Pixel to have exposure to the ecosystem. And that's how you have something that develops and forms around something like this. And if you go on the Sappy seal community on Twitter, these guys are actually working on a legit game. They are trying to get in the GameFi ecosystem with Pixelverse. So these are just things you want to look for in like different memes and different communities that develop around this. I want to leave you guys with two more so you guys can understand the thought process behind this. Now this one has, actually I can't even pull up Welsh, so I'm not going to pull that up. But Welsh is, actually I can. Welsh is over on Stacks. Stacks is basically a Bitcoin layer 2. And the thesis behind this is like the Bitcoiners, they want to get in the meme coin game. So if they want to still play on Bitcoin, they can, going via Stacks. And buying a meme coin like this gives you exposure. Now, it's around 100 mil TVL, but putting this into perspective onto something like Cock Inu or something like Whiff on Solana or Pepe on Ethereum, like it's kind of a conservative market cap. I do think it's much better to get in at lower prices, but just trying to put a perspective on that. And from a risk to reward perspective, like you're probably going to be better off buying other coins, even if this thing could go to like $1 billion, $2 billion market cap, just using that capital elsewhere if you are trying to get exposure to the memes. Another example is Hoo. In my opinion, this one's still, it's much higher now. But like from a risk to reward perspective, it's around a 15 mil FTV. This thing is over on Merlin. Merlin currently has like almost $3 billion in TVL on it. And a 15 mil market cap meme coin, the very first meme on Merlin chain. It's like, come on now. Just trying to put that into perspective. Obviously, you don't want to be buying the tops on some of these things. You want to look for them to nuke, but that's something to put into perspective. Now, you also have another one. This is RWA, Real World Abs. This is just funny. You even have Frax Doge. I like Frax Doge the best, but this one is still funny. Like, this is on Frax chain, RWA. Real world abs instead of real world assets. There's a community that developed around it. They gave an airdrop. And the thesis behind it is that FraxChain, more people will come over. But currently, the only way to get on is the Ethereum bridge. And it's like a $50 gas fee to bridge over there. So there's a lot of friction right now for that onboard. But once that's released, more liquidity comes in. And then they buy the bags on these different meme coins. Anyways, guys, I could go on forever and ever, like hundreds of meme coins to get exposure to. And that's the name of the game. You're trying to get exposure to several different meme coins. You're trying to get exposure to several different meme coins and diversify that risk. You're looking for that one that does like 100x, 1000x, and that pays for the losers. A lot of these are simply going to go to zero and get absolutely wrecked. Some of them have already gotten wrecked or did nothing for me. And then some of them have already done pretty well. That's just the name of the game, and that's how you play the memes. That's why it's considered a small percentage of the portfolio that you are using with this. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Dragon Family was the winner this week for the Wisdom One-Liner holder. So if you can, shoot me over a DM on Twitter. The description, in the description above, my Twitter account's there. It's Drake on Digital. Go ahead and send me a DM. We'll verify that you're a holder and we'll get you access. Also, if you guys want to join the exclusive Discord, links in the description below. I share some stuff that I don't share on YouTube, as well as give you guys different spreadsheets of the airdrops to claim, airdrops to farm, altcoins to hold, NFTs to hold, all that jazz. Links in the description below. Let's hit you guys with Proverbs chapter 15, verses 6. The house of the righteous contains great treasure, but the income of the wicked brings ruin. Be good, be righteous. Peace. Oh man, how could I forget? We got to talk about Stan. Okay, so Stanley Cup, the thesis behind this is 7 million people, 1 million Stanley Cups. Like, I don't know. It's just a joke. But Stanley Cup, the Stanley Cup in general is already a pretty viral meme. The Stanley Cup is already a pretty viral meme on TikTok and YouTube, but like they generate these different memes. It's so good. Like I haven't seen any other memes generating these. Like you just see these memes and you just start laughing. They had one of them that came out for when they came back from basically the dead. Like if you look at this chart, they had a massive consolidation phase, but the memes on Stan are just unmatched. I want to show you guys the one where they made on basically coming back from the bear market. Here's an example of one where Stan is working over at McDonald's and the chart, it ends up mooning from its consolidation phase. So he's like, all right, forget this. I'm done. I'm done with McDonald's. Punches the boss in the face and he quits. He's back. Like that's the whole meme. And like just generating something like this and having different things. I haven't seen other memes do this. It's just funny. Like this is what you want to look for in a meme. This allows a cult to form around this and a community to form, and they all rally behind their token. They're like, go, 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 go. That's what you look for on memes, guys. And I want to leave it with two more of the iconic meme coins. The first one is going to be ticker Bitcoin. Now, of course, you can understand Bitcoin, store value, digital gold. That's where Obama Sonic Inu went. If you go visit their website, it is like the most awful website you will ever see. But a community has developed around this, and the whole meme behind it is it's dumb, it's goofy, we're gonna send it. And that's the whole gig, is like they want people to do extremely well. Like the whole community behind it, they're actually helping other people. But if you just watch this video, it's just like the dumbest thing ever. And I just hit no. I meant to say yes. And it's basically like, would you believe it if we became the next Bitcoin being so dumb? Like that's the whole gig behind it. Like that is the meme. Something so dumb, but yet it just melts faces. And it's currently sitting at $205 million market cap. That's just something you want to look for on the most iconic meme coin. But a whole community has developed around them, and that is just one to at least keep on the radar. And then you also have like an iconic crypto character like Pepe, or even something like Wasi. Wasi is, I'll just show you the character. This is a Wasi. It's like a little penguin looking thing, but it's a really iconic crypto character. So in my opinion, this is just like one of those ones that will either do something or it'll get absolutely roasted. A lot of Twitter accounts rock a Wasi PFP. So you do have like a cult-like community that develops around something like this. But I really want to stress this. Meme coins are not like actual crypto investments. These things have the these will be going to zero at some point in time, especially if Bitcoin nukes, it's absolutely going to go to zero. So memes are one of those things. You get in, you get your principal out, grab some profits, ride out a moon bag, do what you want, and don't bag hold these things like thinking it's the next Bitcoin. These things are going to go to zero. So just be careful with them. Do not over allocate. Do not invest more than you're willing to lose. And if you don't have a crypto portfolio, this is probably not the best way to get exposure. This is just one of those things that you allocate to after you already have substantial crypto exposure.